gonna be working with the data manipulation for this specimen of 2020. So let's head first to what is the requirement. In one paper I solved already, it's already on the page on our YouTube channel, the documentation part. So let me just have this file first, because basically we need this one for some screenshots later on. So I already prepared my things here. So I also suggest that if you may, you can create a folder on the desktop where whatever you need to work with, whatever files you will have, is already stored there, so that an easy way to access the informations later on. So this is enough for the access, the two files, the evidence as well as the question paper itself. So let me just have the file. This is the evidence document. So assuming that you have done this part where most of it in the beginning will be for Microsoft Word, and let's just head directly to the area where it requires for the access later on. So let's hover down, let's see, and let's go directly to the access part of, or the database part. So this is the portion of the database question. This is very important that you have to read this portion here, because sometimes, oftentimes actually, in most papers, they will tell you what type of currency that you have to work with. So right now, they said to make sure all the currency value display the same currency symbol that are set into 2 decimals. So in this question, they don't specify, as long as make sure there's a consistency of whatever currency that you'll be working with. So that's it's okay right now, we don't have to worry about it. So the file that you have to work with, the SP2, probably this is the word apprentice, CSV, so it's a comma separated value file. So it's already here with me. So the first thing you have to do once you have the file, you just have to open it. So the purpose of opening it is very important, because you want to see how the files are being organized. So just click this one and double click. That will give you the full view of those columns. So you can just imagine right now what are the type of data they are required. So probably this one are numeric, text. This one is date and time, but see the order of date and time that they have, because sometimes you will ended up with the importing error if you will not be careful on this. So the format is day, month, and year. So remember that, day, month, and year. So probably this will be integer. There's no decimal. This can never be integer, so careful also that it can be you should not set up into integer format here. This will be double, just to make sure a currency, probably because it's a word wage. So this 3, 4 probably are, it's sure that it's a text file or alphanumeric. Well, this thing is the one that we always have, which is the day, I'm sorry about the boolean or the yes or no option. So right now, once you have the clue of the file that you'll be working with, so you just have to close it. There's nothing to save, so that you will not ruin the file later on. Now we're gonna start with our access file. So there are 2 ways you can do that. One, you can just type in your search bar the access program, or you can start here and give into new file and then make it into new Microsoft Access database. So it will give the same thing. So for me, I always do this method, blank database, where I will name this one with appropriate name. So I would say spec 2020. And remember that we have created a folder already, so I will assume that you will save it also there. So because this is an easy way for us to keep our file organized. So click this one here, and on the desktop part, so you just have to find that particular spec 2020 database. I already saved it. This one here, spec 2020 database. Alright, click that one there, and probably you just have to click OK for that, because you already have the name we need. So this area will change into the location, the desktop on that folder, then create. So there will be a default table which is empty here. So the only thing you have to do is right click and close, so to get rid of it. Then we're gonna start the question, which we need to import the file. So what you will do right now is go to the external data, because the file is basically not an access file. So we have to import that one in a way that it will be accessible for access. The file is only text file which is separated by a comma. So new database source or new data source, so it's going to be from file and text file, not an Excel file. So click this one here, browse the file, which is we already said it's already on the desktop and on the Spec 2020 database. So here we're gonna look into the Prentice file, click open, and just click next to it. There's nothing much to do there. Now you might not have this particular error message, or it's not an error message, like a warning message. So in here, the first thing you have to do is actually just click next, because it is just comma. It's already a comma. Now this one here, you have to read, make sure that you understand if it needs to be checked or not to be checked. But for this file, it needs to, because we know clearly that these are titles. These are titles for each you'd say fields that we have. Click next. So when it turns black, this is my guide so that I will never forget. Some people used to do it here when it started clicking this one. It's no problem, but for me, I always do it when it turns black to remind myself that I need to go to advanced. Alright, so the first thing you have to look into is look at the file that we have. It says there that we have this informations, number to text. So it's the number, which is long integer. We know it was number last time with no decimal. Short text, long text is not a big deal, so just keep it text. The closing date is a date and time, but remember our file, it was day, month, year. Just to remind you, let me just open it again just to show you again the file that we have, because this is very crucial that you have to do it right. So here, look, it's day, month, and year. So maybe we have different settings. You don't have to worry about it in your computer, but for me right now, I have to be worried, because right now if I have to go next and end this particular wizard, this particular importing wizard, I will have an error message, because my date order is set up as day or month, day, year. So it should be set into day, month, year for me, because it was how it was in original. Let's proceed. The question here, it says that this format can be done later on. The duration, number, and this one is numeric. So this is long integer, wage. So this is double. So double is a type of numbers which is actually allowed to accept decimals. So I can leave it double, or I can directly change that now with currency. So it's your choice, but for me, I leave it double. And then in here there are four text followed by the boolean. So four text here, and the last one is boolean. So this is crucial that you have to check or change this one here. If you forgot to change this one here later on, instead of you having a yes or no, you will end up with the boxes. So careful to do it here while importing. Yes or no, click OK right now. So based on what I have done, I'm pretty sure that I will not have any error later on. Next, and then there's none. If you just want to add one, it's your choice, but right now there's a question that it has to be the vacancy reference will be the primary key. So it's gonna be this one. You have to choose this here, the reference vacancy. Click next to it. You can leave it by the default name of the table, then hit finish. So now you're expected to have one data on your left side here table. So now this is the thing. If I didn't change it to day, month, year, I should have two here, which is some of the data on the date will be removed because it's a wrong format that I have. So by clicking that one, and then let me just make it clear. This me double check right now. Here's the thing. So you can actually auto fit the same thing here, I think. Yeah, that will do. All right. So I still have a problem because right now this closing date format is not what they intend us to have. The question says it should be like this DD, 3M, and 2Y. So go back to your design view. You can click it here, or you can click home and then here. So but for me it's more convenient in here. So let me just go to the closing date and go to the format and see if that particular format is already available. So I'm pretty sure it's here. So this is the one I have, which is the medium date. So just double checked and see if it's already working fine. So it is working fine. It's day, MMM, and YY. So somehow it might not be there with you. So what you have to do is make sure to change your original setting into a certain try to change it into UK English if it's not an American English, because I'm pretty sure it's either, but sometimes it's not there. So right now it's already here with me, so I don't have to worry about it. If you want to know how to do it, please just add a comment, and I will try to make a video for how to change the original setting of your computer to have the things. Alright, currency with two decimal places, so this is what I've mentioned. So on the particular wage number here, double, so right now here you can just have the currency, and then just pressing C on your keyboard, or press this one here, and then here of course the default currency would the default decimal would be 2 actually, but just to show it it's 2 decimal, just make sure that it's hit that way. Alright, so right now I have the 2 decimal, and the last thing that I have to change is the yes or no. So right now if you go back here and see the thing, it's still -10. This stands for yes, this stands for no. So just go back there, and we have to change it as well. So in here, press Y on your keyboard or choose it here. So sometimes it's not even yes or no, sometimes it's true or false, but most papers, past papers, they are just working with the yes or no. There you have it. This is the thing that you will have right now. So we will look at the questions, what they said. Save the data, of course, just Control S on your keyboard. Now take a screenshot of the evidence showing the field names and the data used, or the data type used. So just go back to your design view, where you can display those field names and the data type. So for me, I always do this method. I'll always go to this particular way. I'll go snip. Anyway, mark schemes show only this part. Actually, every time you look at the mark schemes, only this part will be enough. But for me, I always do this way, because at least to display that it is already set up into 2 decimal places here. So anyway, you don't have to highlight that. Okay, here we go. So this is the most important part that we have. Of course, it is mentioned in the question that we have to put that one in our evidence 5. So go back here, evidence 5 here. So just simply snipping tool, and you don't have even to copy, just paste it directly, so it will be there. So make it as big as much as possible that you can have it. You don't have to worry about the printing. You know, it's necessary that you have to make sure it's clear, because you know there's no one who will explain to them how the thing works when they check your work. It's just a printout that they will have, so it's better that it's clear what they want to see. Alright, the next thing is about another importing question. So we have to import this particular trainer and a new table. So again, make sure that you are not on the design view, because if you are here in design view, it will make problems sometimes. Sometimes it won't even allow you to work you know, to the next step. So external data, new source again from file, and again it's a text file. So you already have the area where you can find it. So just click this trainer, click open, and simply just click OK. And then there you just click next again. Check if it's having title. I'm pretty sure there is. Click next and see the questions if there are really important stuff that we need to change. Set appropriate data types for the data in each field. So just take a we go to advanced just to make sure that nothing is really, you know, making problem in this one here. Now here's one thing you have to remember. Trainer reference, probably these are text, of course, that's simply as text. But we have one thing here, it's called telephone. Remember, in the theoretical question, telephone number will never or should never be saved as integer, because some of the telephone number starts with 0. So if you will keep that one as 0 or long integer, so basically some of those numbers will not be stored. But we will see, we will double check with the file that we have, because I failed to open it before I even start importing. Yeah, let me just see this one here. Nothing to worry, because everything is in this particular digit, but better yet, for the safe side, just make it into short or text as well, because there's really a question that you know, it tells us that, you know, if you read the question clearly, it says appropriate data type, and the appropriate data type for the telephone number is alphanumeric. Next, and then if there's primary key that dimension, so see the thing, trainer ref. Okay, to trainer reference, click next to it and then click finish. So you should have right now on the left side 2 tables, which is the trainer and the apprentice. So after that, take a screenshot evidence showing the field names and the data type used. So what do you think is the purpose of that particular screenshot? So basically, to see this particular thing here. All right. No, sorry. Where is my? Sorry. What happened? Here. All right, here. The telephone number. So take a screenshot for that as well. Highlight. So there's nothing to to include here. So that particular thing will be enough. And we have to paste it on our evidence 6. So it's gonna be here. Paste that one. If it goes to the next page, so just control enter, so that it will make a page break, so that they are next to each other. So this is the most important, I think, if you double check that one. All right, field name used, insert a screenshot for that particular thing. So we have done it. So the next question is about creating a one-to-many relationship between the trainer and another table. All right, and the apprentice table. Oh yeah, that is the keyword, apprentice things. All right, so what you will do right now is make sure that they are not in the design view. Close all if necessary. Then what you will do is go to the database tools where you can see the relationship. Now highlight both, or just click each and then click and press add. So where you have the thing right now. So if you may, you can adjust this one to make sure that all the fields are shown clearly. Right, that. All right. Now, they said on the question that it is about the trainer reference field and the trainer code. All right, trainer code and the reference. So it is trainer reference and the trainer code. So just simply drag and drop that one there. This is called one-to-many relationship, meaning the parent, which is considered as this one is the parent of this particular relationship, can have multiple tables that we can link into from this to any, just like father and children. So you would say, like, there's only one father, but it can have several children that you can have. So that's why it's called one-to-many relationship, or many-to-one, we can say, because they can be interchanged as well. All right, so after that, of course, you just have to close that one, but you need to click yes to it, because that is very important, that it will be shown that they are actually already linked to that particular thing. All right. After that, then we have to create what we so-called, there's an evidence that we have to show that particular thing. I just forgot. Okay, database tools, the relationship again, and there you have it. Now, if you want to see the thing again, double click it in here. So just take a screenshot for both. All right, and then just go ahead to your evidence, probably step 22. Yes, there you go. So that will be enough to show. Now, if given a chance you make mistake, in this particular thing, like I'll just erase it one, just like that example, you made it a mess and it's wrong. So again, you can just simply double click and you can change it. Even you can do it here, where you can choose the trainer code as well as you can choose the trainer reference. So automatically it will update to how it's supposed to. All right, just double check if it's still there. There you have it. Close it on. Now the next thing is about creating a form. So form is just like a professional way of displaying the record, because table is already displaying all the records, but it's looks like a mess if you want to add record, because you have to go here and add this way, so it doesn't look professional. It's like you are trying to sign up for a certain online online account, so it will not be this way. They're not arranged this way. So what you should do right now is you go to create. So again, it's very important that it's not in the design view, so better yet, close everything. So go to create, and here's what we call form wizard. Clicking this one, click open, and see what from which table they want to take for thing from the apprentice. So just make sure it's selected. There's a trainer here, just make sure the apprentice is selected, all the fields if necessary, all the fields. Okay, click next. Actually, you can click finish right now just to make sure that it's columnar. Then you can leave it by default and just click yes to it. There you have it. Here is the field that now see the records are being displayed individually. So that's the purpose of this particular program, or this particular options about forms. So basically it's just like a table but displayed one record at a time, which is professional ways of doing it. Format the form so that the field headings are consistently aligned to the left in columnar form, the field heading. So if you observe, they are consistently aligned, left aligned. Data entry boxes are appropriately sized for the type of data. So just run through each of the record probably just to make sure that it's not that too much space, or appropriate to the thing. Level should be reduced, this one should be reduced, and I think this one needs to be reduced as well. We don't know because sometimes this text can be lengthy, the employer's name. So click this one here, go to design view again, and what you should do right now is look at first those texts which are lengthy, like these things here. I mean, like the boxes which are the field itself. So if you observe, I just click this much so that I will select only that particular thing. Whatever you highlighted will be selected. So click this one here, drag a little bit here, that will do. And if you observe, like it's so lengthy, like there is an empty space at the bottom, so just drag it here as well. So this is the best thing about it, because right now it will do by itself. I mean, you don't have to do it manually. So the level, this one here, holding control button, will eventually allows you to select several, and you can format that one that way. Now check again and see how it looks like right now. So going back to the first record, see how the things move. So I think everything is appropriate. And then see if you may, you can go back to the table and see what's the lengthiest word you can find on the technical area. So the technical area, the lengthiest we have, so that we will not have any problem later on, the lengthiest we have is the animal care. So agricultural environment, animal care. So go back there on your table, I guess the first record. So if that fits, it simply means everything will fit. I guess this wage has to be adjusted. If you observe, there's okay, here we go. So go back there to the wage area and adjust that one. All right, let's go back, and now it's appropriate. Alright, then after that one, it says here that the day release field uses a radio button to select the option of yes or no. So meaning it's not to be stored as -1 for yes and 0 for no in the day release field. So right now it's not. So you have to go to design view, extend this particular form view. You can actually make it close with each other, but we have plenty of space, we don't have to. Now you may erase it one right now, but you can do it also later. For me, I always do it later. I'll show you why. Now go ahead to the design tabs and then look for the what we so-called option group. So click this one here. Now when you click this one right now, this particular wizard will show up. Alright, this is very important that it will display so that you can format the yes and no for this option. Now just to give you a hint as well, sometimes when you click this one here, maybe in your computer you will have that problem. When you click this one, that will not appear, this wizard will not appear. So that is normal, because if this particular thing is not checked. So right now mine is checked, so that's why you can see the wizard. I will uncheck that. So if you observe, it's not active right now. See what's gonna happen if I'll click this one here, option group, and click. Voila, nothing is showing. So that's maybe you will face. So at least right now you know that it has to be checked. So use control wizard. So go back there, click it again, option group, and then clicked in here. So this wizard will appear. So the data that we need is the yes and the data no. There you go. So if you want a default value, or if you don't want anything there, leave it. So let's make this one as an answer yes by default. It's not really necessary because they don't specify, but okay, let's just make it nothing because they don't specify. Next, now it says in the question that the yes should be -1, so we will put -1, and for no should be set to 0. So here we go, click next. Now save this one into a certain field, and this is the field of day release, so don't forget about that one. So it's a day release that we need to store our information. All right, then click next to it. Now whatever type of the buttons you have, option group you have, it's gonna be here. That way will do. You can have these things as well, so depending. So this is the button option group, we need to do that now. Then next to it, and then name this one as the same name as what they want. So we don't want to name it something else. It's gonna be day release, so just simply copy that one and paste it here, or type it. Click finish. So you should have right now there. So if you observe, I have 2 day release. So the reason why I didn't erase that one, just to make sure, to show you that it's working properly. So did you observe it's yes both? When I click here, when I click this one here, it changes to no. Did you see that one? So both, meaning it is updated to our database, that it's working that way. So what we have to do right now is go back here, and on that particular day release, just erase that one right now. And we have to arrange this one next to that particular thing. Just drag it up. All right. Now there's one thing you have to remember, that it mentioned the field headings are consistently aligned to the left in the columnar form. But if you look, it's not aligned. We have to align. We have to organize this as much as we can. So what you will do right now is click this one here. If you click this one right now, this data here, and I'll drag it. Why I can't drag it? All right, so see, both are moving, right? Both are moving. So I can drag it here just to make sure it's aligned in here. Actually, you can use the arrow button. All right. To move the day release or the field names by itself, did you see this upper left square, gray one? Click that one and drag it there, exactly where you want. And there you have it. So now, I'm pretty sure that we are doing what they are asking us to do, to make sure that it is aligned the what we so-called the title, the field names, these field headings. All right, so now click this one here, and there you have it. So it's organized the way they want, and we're just giving what they asked for us. Now it says here, make sure the form display a single record only. All the fields and the data are fully visible, and the layout is consistent with even spacing between fields. So even fields. So I think it's not consistent right now. Did you observe that it's a little bit off in here? So there's a lot of modification you have to do in this particular paper. Wow. Scroll up. All right. Now if you take a look at here, they are aligned. So you can just highlight all of them in one time. Those are not. Okay, let me just bring it up in one time as well. I know I still have to adjust most of it. Okay. All right, that will do. And that will do. Okay. So let me just see. There you have it. All right. Now place in your evidence document screenshot showing the radio button have been set and the values stored in the day release field. So go to the design view and go back and click this one here. Click this particular design view and click this particular thing here. So it should go to the properties or particular informations in here. So where is it? Sorry, data. Why it's not showing? There you go. So this particular thing should be displayed. So just take a screenshot for this particular thing. Click this one so that it will appear. All right. So click this both. All right. Wow. All right, the outer field. Okay, select this one, then take another screenshot showing this particular information. All right, this one here. Go back to your evidence document and paste that particular information. So if you need to to adjust, to zoom in, just adjust that one. I think that will be pretty clear enough for the printout. The form created in step 23 to enter the following data as a new record. So you will click here, you go to the normal view, or we call that one as the form view. There you have it, and then you will click this particular button. It's called new record. Click that one, and we have to fill the information that you need for, and then the software tester. So we're gonna put 4 here, press tab, and software tester. This one here, copy these informations. So I'll go back with you guys once I finish typing all these things here. There you go. So the information is already put. Check for data entry errors. It is very important. Why? For me, I don't have to worry about it because I just copy pasted. But for you, because you have to type it during your exam, so you have to make sure that every letter number is correct, or else it may make problem in your printout. Maybe you'll be missing records because of that. Make sure the data are fully visible, which is yes, fully visible right now. And then save the data. So just automatically click this one here, it will actually save automatically. So take a screenshot of this data form. So just have to make another screenshot. So there's a lot of screenshots going on right now from the time the syllabus changed in 2000 if I'm not mistaken, 2016. Screenshots are being asked more often. So I'm pretty sure the reason for that one is for them, so that the examiner, those guys will check your work, will have an easy life to check, because it's easy for them to monitor the progress that you are doing, because there are some screenshots on how you have done it correctly. So there wasn't like that when it was introduced, when I remember when I was teaching way back 2009 2010. So there's no screenshot whatsoever. Now we have done that particular part of the the form and this particular table. So let me just close everything. And now we're gonna start with the most important thing in this exam, producing a report. So report meaning you have to make would say filter, some sort of sorting calculations based on the instructions that they gave here. So the crucial part in here is like you have to identify which one is what we so-called query, meaning filter, and which one is for printing, because there's no other way in the report here. There are two ways of reporting. It's gonna be on the online reporting and then the printout, but IG exam is always about printout. So identify which one is report and which one is query. Solving 1 or 2 papers will have a little trouble on which one is report and query, but so far while I'm teaching with my students, after after the 2 papers, they figure out by themselves. So the same thing with you, there's nothing to worry about it. So you will get it, you will used to it after somehow. But anyway, let me just get you the things here. So IG also, when the questions are being asked right now, they make it into organized compared to before. So this particular field, these things here are necessary for your query. The rest, that's for report. So that's an easy way. So this is a good thing that they gave us this particular guide. It wasn't like this before. It was really scattered, it's cluttered to be exact. So right now they organized to make it easier for you guys when you take the exam. So they said that we need to make a report containing a new field. There's a new field that needs to be added and they don't specify which table, so assuming that that's gonna be for both tables, so you go to the create right now and always start with query wizard. There's what query design actually, which is another method of doing it, but for me query wizard will do, for especially for those who are new to this particular syllabus. Now select all from the apprentice table as well as the trainer table. So select also for all. So you might have a very lengthy fields here, but it's always okay to have that one. So for me, I always use the question number as the title. So this is question 25, so that later on when I have a lot of queries here, it's easy for me to identify which I have to open because of the question number that I have. So leave it whatever you want in here, it's not any big deal. So you will have this particular thing right now. So go to design view, just move the property sheet. So right now we have a lengthy thing because all the fields are here, and if you observe also, the link is active. Now there's a new field, and the field called is employee wage. So this particular field will have the calculations of the, I guess, the probationary wage. The prob means it's not a problem but a probationary wage probably, plus a 12% of that particular wage. So you just have to head to the last part of it. If there's no more fields here for you guys, if this is the last thing you can have and there's no way that you can add it here, just go to insert column, but have room for it so I don't have to worry about it. So go to build, this is an easy way to do it, and in here press the name of the field that you want, then put the two this particular thing, and then find the fields that you want, the prob wage. So just simply double click that. I think I have to not to do it here. Let me just do another method. So let me just click it first. I guess I'm wrong with that. Click this one, the prob wage. Then it says plus 12% of the prob wage. So it's gonna be plus 12%. So in Access, their percentage doesn't work. So you have to convert that one into decimal or divided by 100. But this is 12% anyway. So 0.12 plus multiplied with the prob wage. So that is the essential method of doing the 12% of this plus that particular thing. So there's another method by making it 1.12 anyway, but leave it. So let me just click OK right now. So this expression one will be your title. So go to zoom just to see the thing here. So instead of that, remove this thing right now because that's going to be the title here. Erase that one, expression one, then press the field names, employee wage, click OK. There you have it. So click that one right now and see the thing here. So here's the numbers that actually taken from the probationary wage. So remember that is a wage, that is a currency, so it should be set up in two currencies. So just go to the format, make it into the currency and make it into 2 decimal places. So checked if it's actually working right now. Yes, it does. So there you have it. Now it says here that it only needs the record where the town in Basildon and Braintree. So actually you can simply copy these things right now. The good thing is there's already or in the middle, so it's easy for us to do it. So go to the, you can close this one right now here. Go to the town, find a particular field, town, and under the criteria, type it. So the strings will be automatically generated. Check that one again and see if it's working. So right now the two type of data is available. So the duration is less than 18, so it's gonna be less than 18 in the duration. So in here you have to put less than 18. So if you observe, I'm doing it one at a time. It's an easy method to do this one than doing it in one time, because if there's a mistake, you don't know where's the mistake, but doing it one at a time will give an idea which one is the mistake, because directly, if the mistake is the duration, there's something gonna happen here, something wrong. So less than 18 is actually less than 18, so it's fine. And the day release is yes, so just go to the day release, where is that particular thing here, and make it yes. So I have 39 records or in all, so basically that's gonna be my final printout later on, that I will have 39 records. So careful upon printing. So far for have this subject of teaching for almost a decade now, maximum numbers you will have in the printout is gonna be 3. So if you have more than that, check your work. It might be wrong. Now we have done it, and there you have it. So just simply close that particular thing. You may close it again, it's not necessary, but just for safe side. Then you will go to the create again this time, but this time is about the report wizard. Now what do we need? We need the query 25, not the table. So now here is the magic. We have to select only the fields that is needed for the printout. So the vacancy title, the level, the vacancy title, the level, the release and duration, the release, and then the duration. So it's really an organized. Closing date and probe wage. Closing date, probe wage. Town, employer name, and employee words. Town, employer name, and the last field that we have, and that will do in this order with the data and labels display in full. So just click next to it. Now, did you observe there's nothing to worry about grouping, because it's not having a box here where it will give us the grouping options. So right now no group, so this is very crucial that you have to know. They are not in boxes, so it means they are not in group. Next, there's a sorting. Don't do that. This will make your order in different order. Whatever you will sort here, it will be the first one, so don't do that one. Better do it later. Next, now whatever they asks, I don't know if they okay, it's here, tabular, keep it tabular. Next, and here you can have now the title. You can do it later, but it's easier to do it here because to save time, because right now when you're doing practice, you can just do the copy pasting, then click finish. So here's gonna be your final work. Probably you can see that there's a lot of mess right now going on. It's not clear, it's not showing properly. It's normal because we still have to adjust it manually. So go to the design view or the layout view. Layout view is the best way to adjust the file that you have or the data that you have. And once you are on the design view, you have to go out to the top just to make sure everything is done. Have we done this all? That's the question. And yes, we have done that one. The next question, do we have the 39 records? Just double checked. We have how many? Okay, 2. So we can have that one by simply doing the calculation, but no need for now. So go to the layout view again. Now, is it sorted in the ascending order of town and descending order of duration? It's not yet. So did you see this add sort? Now if it's not available, it's under the design view, this group and sort here. Click that add sort and then choose the fields that you want. The town is what you have to select first. Select the town here into descending order, and ascending of town, descending of duration. So ascending, and then another sort, so it's gonna be the duration. It's gonna be largest to smallest because these said descending order. So take a look at our data if it's already organized. So again, ascending of town, ascending, yes, ascending, very clearly it's ascending. All right, there you go. Now let's go back to this particular thing, and displayed in full. So probably, or 99%, it's not in full, so you have to do that you have to do it manually. So this one first we have to adjust. So we have so many things here that can be adjusted. So holding the control button will allow you to select multiple data. Why I'm doing, oh my god, why I'm doing this one here right now, because I'm pretty sure I have to adjust these things here and there's no room for that. So this can be done this way. I'll show you another method of doing that one, so it will be enough because I have too much space here. Arrow to the left or to the right side and drag this method, so meaning I adjusted all of them in one time on that area that I selected. Now click this one and readjust this one here, so make sure that you have the area that you need. Now if you observe, I have to select them all again, right? So another method of doing that, when you're in the design view and select this part and adjust. All right, that will do. See the thing, now it's adjusted, but I still have space for that one. So let me just adjust more and see what happened there. All right, that will do. Yeah, that will be enough. So another method, let me just go back to this way, so at least this you can see exactly what's going on. Duration is not enough, so I still have to readjust this part here. All right, and the day release as well. So more, that will do. The duration, these numbers adjusted, day release. Okay, title and the data are not together, so you have to make sure to hold control to select both. Alright, now it's okay. Here I need to readjust this one here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's bring it back a little bit. The town. Okay, bring it back a little bit. And this one here, this is the pain actually in every exam. This is the pain. Adjusting. Okay, so just it will take some of your time. Alright, so double check everything. It's fixed. I'm pretty sure it is right now, so I don't have to worry about it. Fits on a single page wide. It does, because if it doesn't fit, when you drag this one, just to show you, see this line here, meaning it goes to another page. So when you go to the print preview, see that you will have these things, so that means it overlap. So make sure that it doesn't. When it's white, meaning it fits on a single page wide. There you go. Include a heading. We have it already formatted so that it is displayed in a larger font size to the top of the page. Calculate the average duration and place it at the end of the report below the duration. So oh wow, did you see the duration? I just realized it wasn't fitting. Alright, now below the duration there should be the what we so called the average for that one. So scroll down just to see it. Now what you will do right now is click this particular duration field. Now when I select that one, did you observe this particular field is activated? So let me just show you that it's not. But when I click the duration, here's the thing, and then choose average. So the number will be at the bottom part, and there you have the thing that you need placed at the end of the report below the duration column. Display the average duration as an integer. So basically there should be no decimal for that. So what you will do, go to the design view where you can see this one right now, right click and go to what is called the properties for that, and what you will do with the format and make this one into 0 decimal. Alright, now check this one, and it gives us, so no, it doesn't. So I have to format this one into what we so called standard. There you go. So expected value will be I forgot the number though. Okay, let me see. So 14, it was 13 point something, 13.7. Alright, so the number now is 14 for that particular thing. Average duration. So copy this one right now, and there should be a label on the left side, so it's going to be this side here. So go to design view, right click on that one, and then go to the set caption. So these fields will appear. Just simply type the information you need. Average duration. See that one in the preview if it doesn't overlap. Yes, it doesn't, so that's what they exactly want. Hash your name, center number, candidate number in the same position on every page on the report. So they don't specify where, but it should be consistent. So when making your name or putting your name, which is very important and crucial in every exam, that it should appear in every page. So it should be in the page footer, not in the report footer. So this is not really important, because if you look at this now right now, so it's gonna be the word. Let me just go to the preview and I'll show you the date today. So they don't specify for it. So what you will do, make use of it, right click on that now, and then change to make it into label. And that field right now, you can type your name. If you don't want that method, just click this one here, it's called label, or this one here, then put it anywhere you want. So just click that one as well. So your name is there. Go to the next page, your name is also there. So that's exactly what they want. And save and print your work. So there you go, that's your first report. Save your work right now and close it. Now you have the query, you have the report for that one, so it should be independent to any other works you will have. So this is the last part of the exam here. accessed using fields from both of the table, produce a report. So another thing that we have to do is make another report of this particular field. So another method of doing this particular thing right now, I'll show you. Create, you can do the query design. By doing the query design, if you observe, I have an empty fields here, which is, it's more easy to to work along with. Now select only those records where the level is 3 or more. So of course they need the level, so double click the level, and then 3 or more, meaning you have to put greater than, equal to 3. So check the thing if it's working. So the level of 3, 4, whatever numbers that is more than 3. The vacancy title includes the text care. The vacancy title is going to be here. So these said include the word care. So this is very crucial when the word includes emphasizes. So you have to put star. This is strings. This is very important to put the wildcards to be called. So when you go here and look at the thing, so all the word care will be there. It can be the top, at the beginning, middle, or the last part for it, as long as the word will appear. Now show only the fields, the vacancy ref, level. So vacancy ref, level, which is there. Vacancy title, which is there already. Duration, training provider. What again? Duration and training provider. Duration and training provider. In this order. So meaning the vacancy ref will be the first one. So no problem. Just head to this particular thing right now. So just auto fit this particular data that we need. Okay. Now we will put them in order. So the first one is the vacancy ref. So click this one here. Just drag it there, followed by the level, vacancy title, level, vacancy title. Then where is my duration? I think I included the duration, so it's not here. So double click. All right, duration should be before the duration, before the training provided. Duration before the training provided. Of click, wait for those dotted lines, and then drag. Wait for it. Okay, now you can click it here. So the vacancy title, duration, that one in this order with the label displayed in full. Do not group the data. So again, the same thing. So I guess that's the only thing they need. So you just have to simply save this one and name this one as your question number 26. There you have it. So close it if you need to, but I'll not close this one right now. Leave it. It's okay, but never in this particular area. Create, then we're gonna go to report wizard, and the query 26 should be done. So just click everything. We don't have to worry about it. So if you observe, the order is different. They said this one it wasn't organized there. I tried to do it there, but it wasn't. So anyway, this is the most important because this is the report where the printout will happen. Okay, click next. See, this is what we call grouping, and never do that. So it should be together, not like this, that the training group rather will be grouped into this particular thing. So click this one right now. Next, never sort. And I think it's gonna be portrait. It's gonna be a less paper actually. Yeah, portrait, and then fit on a single page. So click next. Put the title right now that they ask for it. Copy this, put that one there, finish. This is gonna be your work. So there's a lot of things that needs to be adjusted. So just go head to the layout view. This particular thing right now, this is too much space it provided. Level up the vacancy, readjust it from there. All right. Okay, I think this one needs to be a little bit off from the vacancy title. The duration should have a little space here as well. And this one requires, I think, no need. It doesn't require any space right now. No, readjust this one here. So I drag it just to see if there's something missing into the particular thing right now. So sort the data in descending order of level. So you can actually do also the design view here. I mean in the add sort. So this said descending of level. So select the field, level and make it into descending, so largest to smallest. That will do. Oh, I have something missing. The apprentice, some words are not clear. This is very important that really you have to read, because that simple thing may cost you 1 mark. Alright, so this is not because of this one, I guess because of the duration, it's so lengthy. Yeah, so bring it more. Alright, so drag it more. Most of my students always have this issue. They know what to do, but oftentimes more lose 1 mark because of this. No, when you are not having patience to do it, oftentimes you leave it, and then it's a mark that you have to work hard. Sometimes 1 mark, it's very important. When the boundaries between A and A star. So some students are crying because of the 1 mark to be an A star. Why not do it properly? Alright, has your name, candidate number, center number at the top, candidate number on the report. So this is just 1 page, so there's nothing to worry about it. Putting it on the report or print or on the page, it's not a big deal. So anyway, so we'll just put that one here. So click this one if you wanted not to ruin this or not to use this particular thing. You can actually, as I've said, you can just make your own label here. You can actually make it at the top as well. There's no instruction on where to put it, so ignore that green thing there. It's not really a big deal. So your name is there, and that will do. Print, save and print the report. So now you have your 2 works for that particular question. The next one, export the report created in step 26 in PDF file format. Step 26, so we need to export the report created. So we need to bring this as a PDF file. Say yes to it. Alright, so what you will do, external data, more, or here's the thing, PDF file, and we will save this one as PDF file. So just wait a minute. The higher level, I guess. Step 26. Yeah, this one here. Then export PDF, and then just click publish. So here's the thing that you have right now. And after that, I don't know what questions they have. Save and print the report, and then sorry, we are here now. Save the exported file into your work area, yes, and place in your evidence document a screenshot to show the exported file saved in your work area. Make sure that there is an evidence of the file type. So what you will do is go back to your work area in here and take a screenshot of this file here. If you may, I suggest that just to make sure that it's clear for them, open the file here, zoom out like this way. When you take the screenshot for that, where's my snipping tool? Yeah, there you have it. Reason to let them see this in this part. Alright, of course it's gonna be in the evidence document we have. It's gonna be here. Okay, just get rid of those lines that I made, so it's not really necessary to have it there. Alright, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of your Microsoft Access or the database part.
There you have it, guys. I hope that you get what you need for that video. And if you like the video, please hit the like button below. Share it with your friends and social media account. And please hit the subscribe button. We will try to build our community here in YouTube. And see you around next video. And ciao!